The NBA season keeps rolling on here on ESPN. The Heat come in lacking something on defense. They don't have a lot of guys who really get after it on the defensive end. They will be squaring off versus the Knicks, who come in with a pretty run-of-the-mill offense. They're not going to blow anyone out, but they can get the job done. So with that, let's send it over to Bob Steele and Rod West, who are standing by in Miami.
Welcome aboard, Hoop fans. We're here at the American Airlines Center in Miami. Welcome. I'm Bob Steele with my tag team partner, Rod West. Rod, looking at the starting lineups, who's going to explode today?
Antonio McDyess can't be counted out tonight, Bob. Sometimes teams forget this guy's capable of putting up some points, and then he punishes them.
Okay, Rod, now let's head to center court for the player introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention courtside for the player introductions. For the New York Knicks, at center, Travis Knight. At forward, Antonio McDyess. At guard, Allen Houston. Also at guard, Frank Williams. Also at forward, Latrell Sprewell. And now it's time to be the starting lineup for your Miami Heat. At forward, Adam Xavier, 6'9". Number 24, Ryan Grant. Also at forward, from Connecticut, 6'7", number 4, Gerard Butler. At guard, out of Arizona State, 6'1", number 5, Eddie House. Also at guard, out of DePaul, 6'3", number 1, Rod Strickland. At center, from Georgetown, 6'10", number 33, Alonzo Mourning.
The Heat get the opening tip. Passes. House takes a shot from about 16. Drains the first bucket of the game.
House gets the bucket, but he's the beneficiary of one heck of an assist right here.
That's what a good teammate does. He gets you the ball right in the spot where you're most comfortable.
And after that, it's up to you to knock it down, and that's what he does right here.
McDyess with the inbound.
Pick him up. Watch out inside.
Bounce pass.
Come on, line it up. Help down low.
They push it inside. Off the front rim and out by Sprewell. Rebounded by Mourning. The Heat have the ball at a small lead, 2-0. Strickland passes. Stolen.
Horrible angle on that pass, Bob. You've got to swing the ball to a wider angle if you want to make the entry pass from there.
Passes it.
Line it up.
Gets stopped by Butler. McDyess fades away inside. Tickles the twine.
Man, he is just in his element inside. What a player.
Just over 4 minutes here in the first quarter.
Ball.
Passes.
Help down low.
House has it. 7 on the shot clock.
Pin down.
Launches from beyond the arc.
Nails
it.
He's a good shooter, and he can sink that one most of the time, even with good defense. That's a pretty tough matchup right there.
Inside pass. Allen Houston takes a wide open shot. Tickles the twine.
Defense has to get a body on him out there. Make him think twice before he takes that shot.
The Heat are holding on to the lead, 5-4. Strickland passes the ball.
Bobby out. Help down low. You see.
Gets cut off by Knight. Bounce pass. 7 seconds to shoot. Jumper was buried by Mourning.
Alonzo Mourning didn't like what he saw there at first, so he gives a little pump fake to get a better look.
It works like a charm here, too, and after the fake, just lines up for the J and drops it in, Rod. Sprewell throws it in. Just under 3 minutes here in the first quarter.
Ball. Drop. Tee it up.
Williams elevates, goes glass on the lay-in. Gets airborne. Gets the lay-in.
Pick him up.
The Knicks
Have the ball. They're shooting 75% from the floor. Passes it.
Early curl 89.
Launches from beyond the arc. Ties it up.
He is just brutal on the defense from the three-point land, Bob. Truly one of the great shooters in this league.
Just over 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Strickland passes. They work it in.
What's the pick?
Passes. Puts it up.
Get him.
Doesn't get it all the way there.
House must have realized that he had an average defender on him and put up that shot. The problem is that he's just an average shooter.
Lobbed. Takes a turnaround J. Can't get it to fall.
Way to clean the offensive glass right there, Bob.
Houston is hacked on the way up, and he'll get 2 shots at the foul line.
Easy call right there. He was mugged.
He gets the first of 2. Knight will head to the bench.
Substitution for the Knicks.
Mourning inbounds the ball.
The Heat
With the score of this trip down can tie it up. Grant is asking for it in the post.
Up and out.
Fires. Gets right iron, no good.
That's a nice heads-up play on D. The Knicks
Are at the controls. They're 4 out of their last 6 from the floor. Thomas passes it. Passes it.
Get him.
7 on the shot clock. Houston shoots. Gets the kind bounce off the back rim.
Allen Houston.
great look and a great bucket right here. Let's check that out again, Bobby.
Oh, that was a nice feed, Rod.
And no doubt about that, but it's only an assist if the guy makes the basket, and he does right here. The Heat
Work it up court. They're shooting 66% from the floor. Inside. Stolen. Grabbed by Williams.
305. ISO.
Goes with the crossover.
You just saw a really smart play on defense, Bobby. You watch for that crossover dribble, and then you get in there for the steal. That is textbook basketball.
Strickland dishes it off. The off-the-glass lay-in was cashed in by Butler. Sprewell with the inbound.
The Knicks
Could add to their lead with a bucket this trip down. Passes. Shoots from 12. Doesn't get it all the way there.
Sprewell was playing the percentages there. He generally makes that shot, but not that possession. The Heat
Can tie it up with a basket this trip down. Launches from beyond the arc. Puts too much on it. There's the horn, and at the end of one, it's 13-11.
The Heat
Trail single digits after one, Rod. Any significant stats that leap out at you?
assists, Bob. They're doing a great job creating opportunities, but they don't appear to be together defensively as they do offensively. They need to turn up the intensity and make some stops.
Pick him up. Ball. Space.
Williams passes the ball.
Line it up.
7 seconds to shoot. Thomas goes with the fadeaway.
Thomas.
That's an old basketball move, but the pump fake, still good.
I figured you'd like this play, Rod. He just nails the shot after shaking his man loose with a nice pump fake.
You figured me right, Bob. Call me old-fashioned, but a simple, effective move to get to the bucket? Who can't love that?
Mourning throws it in.
Get him.
The Heat
head into the front court. They're shooting 50% from the arc. Received by Butler.
Slide. Double up. Watch
It's
out,
loose.
The Knicks
Touched it last right before it went out of bounds. Grant has the ball. It's stolen.
Perfect timing of the double team, Bob. You can look it up if you don't believe me. They trapped down low, the man had nowhere to go, and the defense came away with the steal. That's what they wanted.
Passes it.
Get him.
7 on the shot clock. Houston puts it up. Gets the front rim.
Houston must have realized that he had an average defender on him and put up that shot. The problem is that he's just an average shooter.
I got him.
Pass to the paint.
Need help.
Puts it up inside.
He doesn't normally take those, but he saw an opening, got it to fall.
Pick him up.
The Knicks
Have the ball. They're shooting 60% from the floor. Bounce pass. Fades away inside. Can't answer back.
McDyess has to score in that situation. When you're that much better than the defender that's guarding you, you have to take advantage. The Heat
Are at the controls. They're 1 out of their last 2 from the arc. Seven seconds to shoot. Caught by Grant. With the rejection. Thomas swatted that one away, and it's his first block of the game.
You've got to love the rejection right there. That's how you play the game. Makes this old coach proud.
Passes.
Get up.
Sprewell shoots from the top of the key. Gets nothing but net. Grant inbounds the ball.
I got him. Don't get picked. Two seat. Switch up.
Strickland makes the pass.
Double.
You heard the whistle. Touch it on the way down. That's goaltending. Count the basket. Williams will leave the floor.
Substitution for the Knicks.
Pick him up.
The Knicks
Can extend their lead this trip down. They'd love to do that.
Watch the clear out.
Passes it. Gets airborne. Gets fouled. He'll shoot a pair.
I like aggressive D, but that's a little bit too aggressive. Almost an assault. You'll pick up the foul on that one every time.
He gets the first of 2.
Substitution
House
for
looks
the
fresh
Heat.
coming back on the floor. Morning with the inbound.
Pick him up.
The Heat
Can cut into the lead with a basket here.
81 set. Watch that low.
House launches from beyond the arc.
Take the 3.
Puts up a miss.
Eddie House is a good shooter from long distance, but the defender met the challenge on that one.
Ward passes.
Two wide.
Launches from beyond the arc. Houston from the arc. That's 2 from downtown.
Pick him up.
The Heat
Have the rock. They're shooting 33% from the arc.
Watch the block.
Passes. House unloads from 10 feet out. Gets the front rim.
That shot didn't come off quite as planned, and the D was able to thwart it without much effort. The Knicks
Head into the front court. They're shooting 61% from the floor.
Howard,
Passes it. 7 on the shot clock. Ward commits the charge. That's his first foul of the game. Grant will come back in the game. Grant throws it in. Passes.
Watch the pick. Watch out inside.
Launches from beyond the arc. Gets right iron, no good.
That's a tough defensive matchup, but they did play it pretty good, and they prevented the 3.
Ward is called for charging. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Now, he went with the crossover, tried to get free, but the D didn't go for that at all. You better bring your credit card, because that's a charge. The Heat
Can trim this lead down and bring it close with a bucket here. Kickback.
Watch power. Switch up.
Strickland passes it. 7 seconds to shoot. Puts it up. Drops in the well-defended shot.
Just look at how he uses this crossover to create space for the sweet jumper.
Shook him out of his shoes, Rod.
That he did. Created the space he needed to get the look and was able to drop it in for 2. Nice play.
McDice inbounds the ball. 36 seconds here in the second quarter.
Kick coming.
Skies! Goes fast on the lay-in.
Get him.
The Heat
Have it. They're 1 out of their last 6 from the floor. Ellis with the ball.
Out, out. Where?
Low block. It's blocked.
the ball.
McDice
Move the
blocked that
ball.
one and
Find the
gathered it
open
up for the
man.
nice defensive play.
The Knicks
Could add to their lead with a bucket this trip down. Grabbed by Sprewell. Takes a quick shot. Puts up a miss. Strickland hurls it from about 3/4 court. Can't get the buzzer beater. The clock runs out and we're heading to the half. The score, 24-17. Let's throw it to Clark in the studio for a quick halftime recap.
Welcome to the ESPN Halftime Update. It's time for a quick review of the numbers from the first 2 quarters. The Knicks have a sizable advantage in the field goal percentage category, and that's why they're winning. Expect them to continue looking for the high percentage shots in the second half. Antonio McDice, in the first half, has a total of 2 points and 2 steals. A clear choice for our Sega Sports hot at the half player. That will do it for now. Make sure to tune in to the ESPN postgame show at the conclusion of the game. We'll send you back to Bob and Rod.
Substitution for the Heat. Substitution for
McDice
the
with the
Heat.
inbound.
I got it.
Passes it.
45 twist.
Now in the paint. Picked off!
great anticipation of the pass. Nice interception.
Strickland dishes it off. Gets cut off by Houston. 7 on the shot clock.
Ball.
The J was off the mark by House. Williams has it.
The Knicks
Bring it up. They're shooting 100% from the arc. Passes. They push it inside. Knocked off course, and it's loose inside.
playing defense is all about position, and Bob, he had great position. All he had to do was just get his hands in the air.
Butler shoots from the paint, gets back iron and out.
Oh, Bobby, you gotta like the way he ripped that one down.
The defensive rebound by Knight.
The Knicks
Are at the controls. They're 2 out of their last 2 from the arc. Williams takes off, gets the lay-in. Mourning throws it in.
the Heat
Work it up court. They're 1 out of their last 6 from the floor. Strickland passes the ball.
I'm open.
In low.
I got him.
In the paint. McDice comes away with his 3rd pickpocket tonight.
the Knicks
Have the ball in the lead, 26-17.
Stay in. Watch the pick.
Now by Knight.
Push 5.
Swatted away, and it's loose inside. Pulls the trigger from the high post. Can't drop it in. Good defense, especially on that earlier block. Tipped in by McDice.
great second chance opportunity.
He fought for position and made the play. Inside pass. Grant pulls the trigger from 8. Can't sink the well-defended shot. Butler rises up. Watches the lay-in. Nice rebound by the 11-year man out of Alabama. Williams works it up court. He has 4 points from the paint.
Quick. Watch the box.
Williams makes the pass. It's sent away and gathered by Strickland.
That's an impossible block, Bob, but hey, he did it anyway, and that's all that counts. He had horrible position, but somehow managed to reach over, get the block, and not commit the foul. Good job. The Knicks
Have the rock. They're shooting 52% from the floor. Passes it. Uses the crossover. Puts it up.
This is a textbook crossover, Bob. Check it out.
Boy, straight passes, man, and he lays it in for 2. Pretty move. Grant inbounds the ball.
The Heat
Head into the front court. They're 1 out of their last 5 from the arc. Passes.
Watch the pick.
Passes it. Picked off.
He's in the NBA, Bob. He should have known better than to pass the ball with that kind of angle.
Sprewell has the rock. He's 1 out of his last 5 from the floor. Stolen. Passes.
That's smart basketball. The double team is especially effective under the net because it really limits where you can go.
House passes.
Watch the pick. Switch up.
7 seconds to
Pick
shoot.
down.
Inside.
Double up.
Fires. Gets the bucket and the foul. He'll go to the line for 1 more.
Excellent concentration here. Takes the jumper, gets hit, and still manages to drop in the bucket. Great play.
He's going to the charity stripe for the possible 3-point play. He completes the 3-point play. Butler will come off the floor. Thomas looks fresh coming back on the floor. Big Dice with the inbound. Passes it.
The Knicks
Would love to extend their lead this trip down. It's loose. Ward has the ball.
The Knicks
Bring it up. They're shooting 100% from the arc. Received by Houston. Uses the crossover. Puts up the shot.
This is a textbook crossover, Bob. Check it out.
Boy, straight passes, man, and he lays it in for 2. Pretty move.
Pick him up.
48 seconds here in the third quarter. Harder passes it.
Stay in. Stay in.
7 seconds to shoot. The J was missed by Mourning. Passes.
Mourning looked to be in good position, but those mid-range jumpers can be tougher than they look sometimes. The Knicks
Have the ball. They're shooting 56% from the floor. Passes it. 7 on the shot clock. Goes with the crossover. Puts it up.
Charlie Ward has a crossover move that's the envy of most NBA players. We've got to see it on that play. The Heat
Are at the controls. They're 1 out of their last 5 from the arc. In the corner. Launches from beyond the arc. Bounces it off the short side and in. Thomas throws it in. We've just finished the third quarter. The score, 34-25.
The Heat
Still couldn't get the lead and enter the fourth trailing single digits. What do you think has been the difference so far statistically, Rod?
3-point shooting, Bob. When you're shooting this poorly from the outside, you need to abandon the outside shot and try to get something easier. High percentage shots will always help.
Get him. I got it.
Rises up. Big Dice is going to be hit with a blocking call. That'll be his second foul of the game. He can't get the first. He sinks the second. Thomas inbounds the ball.
Ball.
Ward dishes it off.
Circle one. You see.
Thomas goes with the fadeaway. Doesn't get it all the way there.
That's a nice heads-up play on D. The Heat
Would love to cut into the lead some more with a bucket here. Inside. Mourning from inside. Gets right iron, no good.
He's got his rebounding fundamentals down, Bobby.
He sure does, Roddy. He anticipates where the ball's going to go, boxes out, and then cleans up. Passes. Big Dice. Skies. Botches the lay-in. Harder now has it.
The Heat
Have the rock. They're shooting 33% from the arc. Top of the key.
Get him.
Pass back. 7 seconds to shoot. Jackson launches from beyond the arc. Hits the front rim.
He just has a nose for the ball, Bob. Amazing instinct.
It's instinct and desire, Rod. He just wants the ball more than anyone else. Fought forward and got it.
Way to clean the offensive glass right there, Bob.
He's running, but there's two back defensively.
He read that pump fake perfectly. Made a quick stab at the ball and then came away with the steal. Nice anticipation.
Right side pass. 7 on the shot clock. Carter launches from beyond the arc. Doesn't get the tough shot.
Carter had everything going his way, but that wide open three wouldn't fall for him.
Passes it. Seven seconds to shoot. Puts it up from a step inside the line. Can't stop the drought.
Ward has to take the blame for that. That pick was pretty good, and he should have been able to lose that defender.
Mourning is hacked and will go to the line for a couple.
Way too much contact there. No question why the ref blew the whistle.
He can't get the first. Knight comes back in after sitting on the bench for a while.
Substitution for the Knicks.
Yanks it down inside. Ball. Sprewell passes the ball. 7 on the shot clock. Takes a turnaround Jay. Doesn't get the bucket.
That's a nice job fighting on the offensive board.
Butler brings it up. He has 4 points from the paint. Strickland with an ill-advised step on the line, and he's whistled out of bounds. McDyess with the inbound. Passes.
Watch the screen. Tee it up. 14 cross. Block power.
Uses the crossover. Passes it into the low post.
Help.
Releases. The defensive rebound by Grant.
The Heat
Have it. They're 1 out of their last 6 from the arc. Pass caught by Mourning. Puts it up inside. Tipped in by Grant.
Now, sometimes it's just smarter to tip that ball right back in on the putback rather than bringing it down so it can just get stripped.
He fought for position and made the play.
Ball.
The Knicks bring it up. They're 0 out of their last 6 from the floor.
Watch the pick. Tee it up. Help down low.
Bounce pass. Sprewell shoots from 12. Gets the tough shot to fall. You don't see him taking or making many of those. Grant throws it in. Strickland makes the pass.
Watch out inside.
They're inside.
Block.
Shoots from the top of the key. Can't answer back.
House must have realized that he had an average defender on him and put up that shot. The problem is that he's just an average shooter.
The inside shot was buried by McDyess.
It's always tougher to hit a jumper while you're moving.
He shows perfect concentration and control and knocks it down.
Pick him up.
The Heat
Are at the controls. They're shooting 38% from the floor. Passes it.
Inside.
Loose ball. 52 seconds here in the game.
Now, when you're down low like that, it's way too easy to get the ball stolen. Don't put it on the floor. Too many people, too crowded, too many hands, too easy to get it taken away.
Passes. 7 on the shot clock. Takes a turnaround Jay. Kisses it off the right rim, then in.
They've got themselves a nice cushion here with the clock ticking away. Good place to be, but they can't afford any mental errors. The Heat
Work it up court. They're 1 out of their last 6 from the arc. Goes with the crossover. Puts it up. The run cannot be stopped by House. Pass left side.
You got to put the club on the ball when this guy's nearby. Still snatching before you know it.
The tray was missed by Butler. Houston corrals the defensive board. Williams has the ball. He has 4 points from the paint. Launches from beyond the arc. Bounces off the left rim and out. That's the end of the ball game. Your final score, 40-28. Game's over, and that's it for us. Be sure to tune into SportsCenter to catch the latest news, scores, and highlights. Check your local listings for the correct time and channel. That's on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Thanks for joining us here at the ESPN postgame show. I'm Clark Dishman. The Knicks come away with a big 12-point win over the Heat. They now move to 11-9 on the year. The Knicks just made a determined effort tonight to only take high-percentage shots. The opposing team just couldn't pressure their shooters enough, and that proved to be the big difference tonight. Antonio McDyess finished with a total of 6 points and 3 steals. He's our ESPN Player of the Game. Terrific performance. And that's all we have for you tonight. I'm Clark Dishman. We'll see you next game.